Hello, guys. Today we're going to look at something called the Philidor mate. This is a smothered mate, which means the opponent's king, is being mated by a knight because the king has all his own pieces surrounding him and he cannot move. If you're an experienced player, you know this for sure, but if you are a beginner or an intermediate player, perhaps you can learn something. This is a classic and it's actually pretty often happens in games. So in this case, black has just played d4, trying to push forward, and that's a huge mistake. So this is how it goes. White takes a check with a queen normally. Well, it should be a queen almost all the time. And black cannot go to f8 because it's checkmate right away. So he can put the rook in between, but he will just lose it. So it's really no point in doing that. So he has to go with the king to h8. And now comes the typical classic check with the knight. And black has to go back. And here maybe black hopes for a draw by repetition, like this, 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 and get a draw. But no, you're not going to go back to g5 with your knight. You're going to move it to h6. And why is that good? It can be taken. No, it cannot actually, because the queen is checking the king and the knight is checking the king. Both of them are checking. So you cannot take the knight, you cannot put anything in the way. You have to move the king. And again, of course, you cannot move to f8 because of the mate. So you have to go back inside. But now, with the knight on h6 instead of g5, there is a brilliant action that white can do here. And he can play queen g8 check. Look at this. It's beautiful. Of course, he cannot take it with the king, as you say. He has to take it with the rook because it's guarded by the knight. So he has to take by the rook. And what's left now? Checkmate with the knight. The king cannot move, surrounded by its own pieces. It's a smothered mate, and it's called the Philidor mate. And it's a chess classics. And you should really learn to do this and look out for options or opportunities to make this happen in your games, because it's not even effective. It's not only effective, it's also brilliant and it's beautiful. And you really love it when you get this one. So I hope you learned something today. Thank you for me. Bye bye.